リンクスタート。
Nice. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And for the self-introduction, my name is Muhammad Amirur Rahman Mihram Osman, and you guys can call me Rahman. A little information about me. I am the eldest sibling in 5 of my siblings, which consist of 1 little sister and 4 little brother. To all my family in the home, especially my mother, Faizah Osman, I hope you guys stay safe and stay healthy in this period of the MCO of the COVID-19. All the best of all of you. Okay, well, I am the student in the course of DIP AS120 in the Diploma of Science in the UITM Jengke University Technology Mara UITM. And today I will talk about on what have I learned and my experience in the UED102 study skill that I have learned for 8 weeks that I think benefit me most. Now, let us begin, shall we? The thing that I have learned during the UED is the UED study skill helped me determine my own learning style. As I learned, there are about 3 common learning styles that exist in this world, which is kinesthetic, auditory, and visual learning style. And my learning style is sorry about that. But well, my learning style is a visual learning style. Based on my founding, I think that there are pros and cons of being a visual learner. The pros of the being visual learner is, I think that is majority of visual learner are an analytical person. This means that being an analytical person is so benefit for me because I can solve questions that involving calculation easily, such as physics, chemistry, and biology, pre-calculus, and many more subjects that involving a deep analyzing situation. But at the same time, that being a visual learner also can be a cons too. Like I say, it's a cons because when I don't have information, like I lack information like biology for example, I will stuck on the same page and cannot move forward. That's being a cons for the being a visual learner. But that does not stop me because being a visual learner is easy for me. Okay, forgive me for that start again. To make my learning is more easy, I should write my notes in a piece of paper and make a repetitive notes. Like for example, I prefer doing outline method notes. Outline method notes is an easy way for me to make notes. Okay, that's for my learning style. Okay, next is I learned that the UED102 study skill has taught me to organize my goal to be in more clearer way. I learned that during my time there is about 2 type of goal, which is the first long-term goal and second the short-term goals. Well, for the short-term goal, I think is like change our habits, like waking up earlier, and also to be more happy with ourselves. Meanwhile, the long-term goal is a more organized way and more detailed, like target try to achieve our CGPA and a GPA in the most optimal way, like 3.5 and above. And also, personally, I have a lifelong goal, which is to become a military officer, Air Force officer. But since my visual is bit meh, forgive me. Since I have a bit of problem with my eye, which is I fear spectacles right now, I think I should let go my dream to be a military officer pilot. But when I dig in a deep thought, I found a new passion and a new goal. It is to become a comic writer book in Malaysia. Not a normal comic writer book, but a Japanese style comic writer book that also known as manga in the worldwide. And that's my lifelong goal in 5 years from now. Well, I said earlier that this goal helped me to determine my dream to become a comic book writer, correct? Yeah, thanks to this certain technique, or also the known as the 5-step approach goal technique, which is consisting of smart, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. I think that to achieve my goal to be a comic book writer in the future is not impossible for me. Well, that's because this technique, because I said earlier that I want to be a comic book writer, right? But that's just a common statement. But thanks to the SMART technique, which is starting with the specific, I could specifically state that I want to be a comic book writer, not a normal comic book writer, but a Japanese style comic book writer, which writing a historical, medieval, fantasy genre comic. That for the specific. And for the measurable is to length my skill to my current goals right now. My skill in drawing and comic book is absolutely zero. So to make my skill is to be more measurable with my goal is I need to learn the skill onto writing comic book and also to drawing more specific human structure in the comic. And that's for the measurable. Next, for the achievable is to make sure my goal is not too exaggerated that make me think to be impossible to achieve it. To think that to make my goal is to be more achievable, I could start to draw a little more simple comic style like lawak kampus and so on before continue to my grand project in the next 5 years. That's how the achievable can be defined. And next is the realistic. I should learn my skill with my current goal if it's realistic or not. Right now, if I want to produce a high quality comic book in the Japanese industry right now is a bit impossible for me. But if I make a reference to the local comic book, to the local comic book in our country, I think that it's not be impossible for me and more realistic to me to make a reference. I start slowly and probably at the end maybe I could produce a high quality comic book like the Japanese writer did. And lastly is time bound. Time bound is the length that we length ourselves within our goal. And my time is I said that I will start drawing in the end of this year 2021 and probably finish my project, my dream at the end of 2027. which is end of my degree, and God willing, I will achieve that. And that's how goal statement helped me achieving my dream goals. Okay, and lastly, and the most important thing is I learned to organize and manage my time optimally. And thanks to the time management module. Before I learned this time management module, my daily time, well, is pretty messed up. Honestly, I play game at, and play games, especially online games, really long, you know. I play almost 5 hours every day, like starting from 10 o'clock p.m. to 2 a.m. In the morning. I know that I should stop playing this game, but I can't because, well, this game is a bit addictive for me. But thanks to the time management skill, especially the fixed commitment table, I could organize my time and control my activity on playing games. Sometimes we need to balance our studies and our personal life. The two need each other. If we strict studies in our daily life, we will feel really overwhelmed and exhausted because we didn't treat ourselves with a decent reward. On the other hand, if we enjoy straight in our daily time, we will lose in the progress, and worst of all, we can catch up with our studies. So, thanks to the time management module and also to the fixed commitment table and hike to the priority list, I could arrange my time to do my hobby and also catch up in my studies. Well, when I feel stressed, I always listen to my favorite music, which is the Black Bullet, and also playing my video game, which is Toram Online. In the handphone. On the other hand, in the evening, I will play sports like the volleyball. Hello everyone, and this evening, I playing volleyball with all my peers and all the senior here. Let us see, shall we? This is the volleyball, and that's how my time management goes on. And lastly is the conclusion. In my personal view, I feel really in depth and gratitude for all the lecturer that's really put 100% on their energy to teach us about this 102 study skill. I feel really grateful that I could learn this skill earlier. If I don't learn this skill, I think I really will mess up in the university life because I am not an organized person. But thanks to the UED102 study skills, at least I could be more organized and plan more ahead my studies in the university, especially in this UITM. And I think that this UED102 study skill will not only benefit us in the same way, but will benefit us in next sem, which is on the sem 2, sem 3, sem 4, sem 5, and also to the next stage of our studies, which is on the degree level, in the master level, or even the PhD level. So I think that's all from me, and I really want to say thank you to all the lecturer, to all lecturer for teaching us this very useful UED 102 study skill. And that's all from me. And best of all, I hope you guys can teach us more again about this skill in the next future. I see you again, you guys, and see ya. Mata kondo na. Arigatou gozaimasu. Assalamualaikum.